This is Zillion for the Sega Master System. It's a 1987 release based on a short-lived Japanese cartoon series. You start off playing as JJ, a member of a peacekeeping force who's up against an enemy organization called the Norsa Empire. Norsa is planning a destructive takeover, and their entire plan has been placed on 5 floppy disks. It doesn't get any more retro than that. Your mission is to penetrate the enemy's underground base, recover all the disks, set the base to self-destruct, then get out. 2 of your fellow agents have also penetrated the base, but they were captured, so you'll have to free them along the way as well. The base is a complex series of rooms separated by locked doors and closed elevators. Scattered about are cylinders containing various items, including parts of a 4-digit code. Every time 4 pieces of code have been gathered, you can input the 4 digits into the nearest terminal to activate the closest doors and elevators. You can then progress a little further and repeat the process again. Codes can also be used to perform other tasks, too detailed for this review to cover. The bottom line is that this is a game that you can't just pick up and play. It takes a deep commitment to get through. Just make sure you have the instruction manual handy. You should also draw a map, as the manual suggests, to keep from getting lost. As you slowly unlock the game's 17-level maze, you'll encounter many enemies and traps. When you first start the game, these things do a lot of damage to you. Luckily, items found along the way permanently level up your gun, life meter, and jumping ability. And once you free the other 2 agents, you get to freely switch between the 3, allowing you to take advantage of each one's personal strengths. Switching between the agents is done with controller 2, due to the Master System's controller not having enough buttons. Speaking of the controls, they are a huge problem in this game. Jumping is erratic and delayed, causing problems when precision is required. I think I must have hit half the landmines in the game. Luckily, after the gun gets powered up enough, you can just destroy them. The ducking motion is also delayed, making it impossible to dodge anything. It's better to just stay down and crawl around. Other programming quirks will have you getting snagged by elevators and accidentally accessing terminals at the worst possible times. The visuals in Zillion are not impressive, even if you account for the game's age. There's not much variation in the scenery. That goes for the enemies as well. You see the same soldiers over and over again, even though some of them are stronger. When it comes to music, the game only offers a couple of different tunes during gameplay, but they will strike a chord for those who have a thing for 8-bit music. Conquering Zillion is a tough feat to do. I like the fact that you only get 3 continues, so you can't be sloppy. What I don't like is the lack of a save function or password feature. It takes hours and hours to get through the game the first time through, especially if you're taking time to draw a map. I actually had to leave the Master System running all night to keep from losing my progress. Unfortunately, the next day, I didn't make it out in time after setting the base's destruct sequence. During my second playthrough with an established map, I was able to complete the game in a couple hours, which is still kinda lengthy. When you add it all up, Zillion does suffer from a lack of polish. But when you view it as strictly a puzzle game, as opposed to a side-scroller, the experience can feel rewarding. It's a challenge to learn and it takes a lot of work to complete, so many people will be turned off by it. But if you have a Master System, I say at least give it a try. Also be aware that there's a sequel also on the Master System. The rating is coming up. I'll see you next time.